and thank you for joining me today. Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come scrapbook with me. So today I'm going to be using a few things. This is the Regal Winter Designer Series Paper, which is still available. I do believe it's called Regal Winter. I should check that, I guess. Sometimes I get confused with the names. Oh, look at that. I was right. Regal Winter. Okay, so we're going to be using that and a few other items. I'm also going to be showing you the alphabet a la mode dies with our adhesive sheets and some cardstock. And then I also have the new coming in May, the beautiful gallery. And from this suite, which you're going to love this suite, this is the one that I showcased in Raleigh. I'm going to be using this frame and this embossing folder. So let me do that first, because I do want the frame. Now, when I do these Scrapbook Sundays, I don't always have a plan. I know what I think I want to do, but we're doing it together. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut one of these out. I do have a few already cut, but let's cut this out first. I love this suite for these frames. They are so perfect, not only for card making, but also for scrapbooking to frame your pictures. Be using that again, so let me just take this out. So what happens is you get these frames. You get this piece too, which I would use probably for a card or scrapbooking. Where's my take your pick tool? There it is. So you get two frames, this one and this one. These would also be great frames for shaker cards, so just some extra ideas for you. Now I'm going to switch my plates, and I'm going to grab that embossing folder from that suite, the Damask designs, and I'm going to layer these in here because I do want that design on the frames, and I can do both of them at one time. I'm going to bring that in with my number 4, so I have the number 1, number 2, and number 4 plate. Lining these up. There we go. So the new catalog does come out in May. If you need a catalog, contact me. My email is below. And also, if you need a demonstrator, I'm available in the US, so please contact me. Okay, so now I have these two beautiful frames. Now I have others here because I'm not exactly sure how many I'm gonna need. I'm gonna put those over there for a minute. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in my alphabet a la mode. And I am going to use 2 strips of white. I think I'm going to use white because these pictures are a little bit dark. So I am going to peel a portion of this off. Well, actually, I'm going to trim it first. Let's see what I need this size. I'll just take my scissors and just cut that. You can also use your paper trimmer. I just want to cut a piece. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Another strip here. You just want to be able to get some of that stickiness onto these pieces of cardstock. Sometimes I like to do it with my scissors that I use for anything that's got glue on it, so that I don't glue up my paper trimmer. Okay, so I'm going to layer this onto this piece of white. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to peel that back side off. Excuse me. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And they have little perforated lines here, so you can pull that off easy. It's very sticky. It's great for those intricate dies or letters. And let's just peel this one off. Sometimes I can't see with the light, so bear with me. Let me grab my Take Your Pick tool. If you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, it is definitely a must for stamping and scrapbooking. Okay, there we go. I'm going to flip these over. I'm going to bring back in my die cutting machine with my cutting plates. And I'm going to arrange some letters here. So I have A, L. I need another A, but I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to start with those. Bring that out. And I do need the A. So I'm going to pop that out first. And then we have the L. Pulling those off. They're going to be sticky when I rip this one. There we go. The sticky side. Those are regular right now. Okay, so let's see. Put these back. And again, using that same piece, I need another A. So I will grab that. R and the E, G, and where is my I? There it is. I'm going to run that through again and get those letters. I usually have these cut out before I do my video, but I wanted you to see how you use the sheets. I know some people wanted to see it in action, so there it is. Let's pull those off. All right. I'm going to move that one out of the way. I need to pop these out because I need another G. R. And I need another E. So let's see, I have R, E, G, I, and I need another E and G. Let's say, yes, another G. And another E, so we'll bring that piece back in. Let's see if I can fit. I might be able to fit them on here. Nope. So we'll use that second sheet that I did. And we'll pop that right back in here. off. Okay, so now I'm done with this. Let's get that out of the way. If I got all the letters correct. Just popping those out. And the A. How's everybody doing on this? Well, it's rainy here. Oop, the A goes over here. Keep those together. Again, this is the alphabet a la mode. All right. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move these out of the way here. I'm going to bring in 2 pieces of Blackberry Bliss. And I like, you'll see the pictures in a minute, and I like this darker color because these are wedding pictures. I'm going to bring this down so you can see more. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of 12 by 12 and I'm just going to trim like 1/8 of an inch. I just want it a little bit smaller than that 12 by 12 Blackberry Bliss cardstock. There we go. So I'm going to have it going each way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tearing this towards me. So this is a technique, the tearing technique. You can do this with cards, scrapbook pages. Let's just get that right to the end. There we go. Okay, so all my letters got mixed up anyway. All right, so a little stickiness there. This is going to actually go right in here. So I'm going to add a little of my Stampin' Seal to hold it in place. And I'm going to layer that right inside here. Just leaving a little bit of the Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so now on this side, I want it going this way. But I still want that tearing effect. So I'm going to rip it just a little bit more because I want that white to show just a little bit. Easier to tear when it's larger pieces, but I don't want to tear off too much. I really do like the torn look effect, especially for vintage cards and scrapbook pages. This one wants to be stubborn. Let's try it this way. Well, it's also my nails. Let's grab a bigger piece here. There we go. It really doesn't matter how much you take off. You don't want it to be perfectly even. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Facebook. It all helps. And if you know a friend that would be interested, don't forget to share my videos. Okay, so the 2-page layout's going to look like that. So this one is going to go right inside there. Again, I'm going to bring this down. You're going to see my messy desk, but I want you to get the idea of how it's going to look. Let me just move these out of the way. Give myself more room here. Now I'm going to bring in my pictures. And these are pictures from my son and daughter-in-law's wedding 4 years ago. And I was looking through them the other day, just when I needed a smile, and I realized that my husband was dressed up like Jason with a machete in the Jason mask. For those of you who don't know, my son and daughter-in-law are in special effects in California, so that was perfect. So we are gonna just I'm looking at the way I want to lay these out first. I want to leave a little bit in the middle. Okay, so that's the way I want to layer them. I'm going to lay them out. Now, I don't want to cut off any of the pieces that I usually do because I really like the background, because it was a winter wedding. Actually, it was during COVID, so it was a very small wedding. I'm going to lay these down. I mean, are these funny or what? I mean, this is the perfect thing for a scrapbook page. Something that you remember. Layer that one there. Leave it to my husband to think of doing something like that. Notice I'm not matting them, and you'll see why in a minute. You see me rolling this, it's because this is a shiny background, and sometimes you have to help that stamp and seal along. Okay, so now what I want to do, because some of these are a little far away, but I want to focus on the pictures and Reggie in the background. I'm going to bring in those frames, and this is with the Cherry Cobbler, which is also in that. And what I'm going to do is I am going to use those as my focal point. So I'm going to do something like this. Now you see how different that looks? When you put a frame around it, it really does show up. And these are already done with the mask. And let's do this one. I might use a smaller one on this because this is really far away. So maybe I'll use that smaller one. No, too small. So we're gonna just put that right in there. So now that your eye goes right towards that, I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. I'm going to flip these over. Now, here's a little trick with you see me do this all the time with your Take Your Pick tool. It helps picking up those dimensionals and also flicking those pieces off. That one was stubborn. And then I'm going to put this right here. Grab that one. You can also do it this way. Oh, I like that. I think I might do that one like that. Give it a different look. Again, don't forget to share my videos to a friend or two. And remember, it's your page. It's all about the memories, not the pictures. I mean, the pictures are important, don't get me wrong, but sometimes we have pictures that are not that great. Some may be old, back in the Instamatic days, or the Polaroid days. Now I'm really dating myself. And then the last one. Now, I am working on my project. I don't recommend that. I just want to make sure I'm in camera view for you. And I'm just going to angle that one too. So now my eyes look, this one's going to have to come over though. I just noticed that. You don't want it hanging over there unless you plan on trimming it. So let me just gently lift that up. I knew sort of what I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure which way I was going to lay them out until I actually did the project. All right, so you want to make sure that that point is not over too far. All right, now we're going to start with our letters. And I always say when I sign a card, like for the holidays and stuff, love Rose and always Reggie. And I thought that was the perfect sentiment for this one. Because that is Reggie. He was always doing something that made us laugh. So now I'm going to pull off those backings, which this might take me a minute or two. And you can use a ruler to make sure it's straight. I usually just eyeball it. I don't think anybody's going to say, hey, Rose, it's a little crooked. And then I would say to them, my page. These are coming off pretty easy once you get it started. Don't you love the different beautiful colors? Like I said, this paper is still available. I chose white because I wanted it to really stand out on the Blackberry Bliss. And you see how easy it is with the adhesive sheet on the back. Now, for his name, because I need to leave a place for my journaling, bring in those pieces. Let me see where I want to put the name. See if I have enough room there. If not, I can always change it because I have another idea. I think it's going to work. And where's my I? There's my E. I had the I. Where'd the I go? Okay, anybody see my I? Oh, it's still up here. There we go. Okay, so I can, that fits. Okay, so I am going to add that there. Once you get the first letter started, it's easy to keep them lined up. What do you think so far? Leave me your comments. I do read each of the comments. And I do appreciate each and every one of you watching. This page really has a lot of meaning for me, especially this weekend. And that's really what scrapbooking is about. Preserving all those memories, especially when the page you're doing, maybe the person's not with you anymore, but still with you in your heart. And you can relive all these great memories through memory keeping. Always Reggie. Now the next thing I have is I've already did a little journaling, and I did do this on my computer because whenever there's a lot that I want to say, I do print it out. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this up. And I think, I'm just going to leave the paper trimmer here for a minute. The journaling is going to go right here. And I think I want to use one of those, if I have another large one. I thought I did. I was going to use one of these. This is a little too small. So maybe I'll do another one. I'll do that off to the side. So I'm just going to make another one of those frames. I probably do have it somewhere under here or whatever, but I'm going to do another frame. I'll do that over on the side. You already saw me do that. So let's make another frame. So I actually have quite a few small frames now from all the ones I did, and I can do these, use these for cards. Smaller ones work really well for cards. I just throw that on the floor. I'll sweep it up later. Okay, and again, I'm going to bring in that embossing folder, the Damask, and I am going to, and it really doesn't matter which way you do this. I'm going to go ahead and emboss that. Again, you saw me do that before, so I'm just going to do it to the side so I don't have to bring my machine back in. And now I have one of those great frames, and I can frame this. Now I'm going to have to move it over this way, so I do need to trim off just a little bit more. Let me bring in my paper trimmer. You could use scissors, but I don't cut very straight, so let's just trim a little bit more of that off. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my stamp and seal and add this, my journaling right here. Get those little pesky things out of the way. Again, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And I'm going to just move that over so I get all the journaling in there. There's all my journaling. I have these gems, and I also have, I'm in love with this new ribbon. This will also be out in May. And I'm just going to see if maybe I want to put a bow somewhere. I think I do, because it just brings out so much of the pictures. Oh, there's my ribbon scissors. Gosh, I wish I bought more of these when they were available. So I'm just looking at to see how many ribbons I may want. I don't want ribbons on every picture. So I think I'll have one there. And then I'll put one over by the journaling. This will be on my blog and also my newsletter. So you can sign up for my newsletter or check my blog out. But don't forget to sign up for the newsletter because you do get free PDFs on Fridays from my Fun Fold Fridays. And sometimes I don't even wait till Friday. I do a Fun Fold or a card and I give you the free PDF. I'm going to put that one right there. So that adds a little bit more to it. And then I'm going to bring in the gems that go with the beautiful gallery suite. And these are called pressed flowers. I'm going to line that up first. I like to put gems right by the wording. I think a lot of times that makes the wording pop out. And I'm going to do one right down here. And there I have my page. Now this might need a little something, so I could add something here if I wanted to, but I don't want to overdo my page also. I want those pictures to be my focal point. So we're just going to leave that just the way it is. I hope you enjoyed today's Scrapbook Sunday 101. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from if it's your first time watching my Scrapbooking Sundays. And don't forget to share my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep on scrapbooking, scrapbookers. Bye.